I am playing this game again. I am thinking of trying to play a no death run every time I feel like I have too much on my mind. And I've been having a lot on my mind really recently. It's a horror game, so it's a horror game, so it might be kind of a bad decision to play this. Like I'm pretty sure I could have played Minecraft and talked about what I'm gonna talk about, or Gravity Rush, just flying around, just having fun when I empty my mind. But yeah, I have like a lot on my mind, and I haven't been able to really talk to anybody about it. I mean, I have friends, but texting is so, I feel like it's a fraction of a thought. Like I can't just speak and say whatever's on my mind in that exact moment. I have to kind of just, you know, put down something and there when it's not really a conversation. It's more like a it's yeah, it's like sending messages. Like you just like they're doing their own thing between your text instead of just solely paying attention to you. Because when you have a conversation with somebody, their attention's on you, and it's their thought is fresh. If that makes any sense, especially when the text message gets opened a while after, like a few hours or so, and you had to be like, "What were we talking about again?" But anyway, that's not what I want to talk about. I don't even know who I'm talking. No, I didn't want to play the prologue. God damn it. Yeah, I didn't want to. I don't want to play that, but okay, fuck it. I mean, I know what I'm doing. Okay. What I wanted to talk about was, yeah, this is a bad setting to play. I mean, to try to get my mind. But there's something about horror that's so comforting for me. Until like I'm really fucking scared because I swear I'm developing anxiety and phobia problems. But what I was going to talk about is that I don't really have a lot of folks to speak my whole mind to. And I don't have any skills to use yet, so the doctor has skills too. But yeah, with I'm not gonna kill a dog this time, which is so weird for me to do. But um, it's really hard to be able to say exactly what's on my mind to most of the people I am speaking to. I just say the names in case they watch this or in case I show them whatever. I usually talk to Courtney, Brandon, Ashley, my old friend Alexis, um, I try talking to other people, like Josie, but that's a little difficult. And my cousin, but it's all, I can't really express everything I have unless I'm in person with them. And text kind of freaks me out because then I have to worry about how my tone is interpreted, or if they respond or if they don't respond, like why. And I freak out, and I don't like double testing because it makes me look like I'm super needy and I'm trying to get their attention and I'm upset. But it's the only way to, you know, it's the only way to really show them that I'm still there. Like I can't be like, oh, they're busy, like I can't see them, like oh, they're busy right now. I'll just come back when they're not busy. It's like, okay, they're just invisible. But that still isn't what I was going to talk about. What I was going to talk about was my perception on people. Like for the most part, I consider life precious for the most part, because if you start to look at life and how the majority of life acts, it is incredibly violent. We're always eating something, we're always fighting for something. Humans are responsible for the worst things that has ever happened on this planet, but we're also we don't like kill each other, we hunt the least. I mean, we eat a lot of food because there's a lot of us, but like a cougar or like a lion or a wolf or alligator, any of those predatory creatures, they just fuck shit up. Like like for me to eat something, I could just go to like a store or something and get my food. But for me, for them, they have to find something and kill it. Like I want to hunt. Like I like hunting, and I want to, you know, I want to know what it's like to kill my own food and, you know, appreciate nature more and where we came from, and that this is what life is, and this is what prey are, and now I'm a predator, and this is what I have to do to survive and eat this food. And when I think about life like that, and I think about how most humans are non-violent, I start coming to a conclusion that the reason they're non-violent isn't exactly because they're nice or polite. It's mostly because you'll be punished if you're being violent. Like, it is so easy for a human to just attack another human and hurt them pretty badly. Like, you can knock somebody's teeth out with your fist. Like, it's not hard. You could pull somebody's hair out, break their nose, kicking, stomping. All that is like barehanded. You could do that with like your shoes on. And oh, my cousin just joined, so I'm probably gonna start playing with him. But yeah, it's weird to think of humans as domesticated, because this is what they are. When I'm seeing my cousin raise like their kids, and I start to see them when they're alone, when they have no supervision. Because like I'm technically a supervisor, but they don't listen to me the same way they would listen to a parental figure. Like I'm just watching them. I'm not gonna yell at them. I mean I can, but like usually I don't, because you know it's I don't want to try to take up the spotlight of authority that the parents should have. And I see them like messing with each other. I'm like, when they're being raised, they're being domesticated. They're not being raised. The better term for it is domesticated. It's and then I'm thinking about like how dangerous would people be if we just didn't domesticate ourselves. Like if we just like said fuck it, we don't care. Like the punishment for people killing each other and whatever is due, it's not due to law, it's not due to police, it's just due to the people that are in the vicinity, whatever, whoever catches it, if that makes any sense. That's some good horror right there. And yeah, like I start to, like, I see people who are like generally nice and they give me like a smile at work and they're just trying to be helpful or whatever. Like, I think that's really sweet, but then I start thinking about like the men who are like at Walmart when I'm working and they're just kind of like angry, or if I like, yeah, I think like if they're working and they get pissed off, they'll like fucking attack somebody for it. I'm like, shit, dude, like I don't feel like, it mentioned like these are people who are at a store, like they expect to be in public, but imagine if like they were just people like in an alley or like in a club or a bar and there was no policeman anywhere. I feel like it's just weird imagining people as different from animals. We created a civilization and then we domesticated ourselves. I'm so glad I never have to see anything like that. Imagine being in this world. That you could just... Oh god, it's awful. But one thing about horror that I've been noticing in playing horror games is that it doesn't make me feel brave. It sort of humbles me, it helps me realize that usually how lucky I am. Like it makes me feel like I have control over fear for a little bit, just for a little bit, just to see what it's really like to be afraid. Like being afraid, like genuinely afraid, is awful. Like I don't know why, but I've developed a fear of the dark, which is ironic because I'm sitting in a dark room and now playing a horror game. But when I leave my house to go to work, or my uncle's apartment, when I leave my uncle's apartment to go to work, and it's still dark outside because I leave at like 3 o'clock, I'm worried that when I walk outside my door, I'm gonna see something hunched over just looking at me. I'm gonna see 2 glowing white eyes and they're just gonna come running at me for no reason, because once I'm attacked, I don't have to worry about why it's there because I'm fucking being attacked and that's the top priority. I can't expect anybody to do anything. And I definitely can't expect the monster to fucking be nice when it sees me if we exist. I can't wonder why it's here. I have to be ready. I have to be ready for anything, and being ready for everything means being paranoid. I want to see this fuck. He's weak. still scares me so much. Fuck, fuck, fuck. I'm still scared. Ah! Which I like that ending better because it looks like instead of getting attacked, I escaped, and then I was wounded in the process and passed out, but still escaped. Nice mushroom noise. Fantastic. Is time frozen right now? So this is after I've been here for a while, because it says yesterday. And to my knowledge, this is the first time I'm here. Alright, well. Another thing I want to talk about that I really don't have anybody to talk about besides Danny Boy. And there was I knew what I had to say, but then I started saying something else and it makes what I was about to say make no sense. It was Star Wars. I really like Star Wars now, and the thing is that I didn't really like Star Wars before because Star Wars before I started to get into it was really just ooh, space. Like, fuck yeah, we're in space and it's drama and there's good guys and bad guys and whatever. Like, you know, I'm pretty sure you know what I mean. If you don't, then I'm sorry for talking to you like I do. Like, you should just know. But yeah, I used to think like Star Wars and Star Trek were just kind of lame because I didn't really care about the politics of whatever the fuck was going on. And I just felt like it was kind of nerdy. Like, ooh, laser pistols, lightsabers, the Force is alive, and you know, shit like that. That's awful to say, but yeah, I didn't like it. I felt like there was no reason for me to like it if I didn't like space stuff, because I thought like back then space was like the shit and everybody just fucking liked space. I'm like, yeah, it's cool, space is kind of fucking neat, but once you add too much shit to it, it just ends up being kind of like this world. Like, once you get used to a new setting, it just becomes a setting. It doesn't become anything particularly cool. Like, with Harry Potter, I have the same feeling, because, like, the magic is cool at the beginning, but, I mean, I haven't seen Harry Potter, so I probably should shut my fucking mouth right now, but, in the beginning, it's like, wow, Hogwarts exists, there's a whole group of wizards, and society and stuff like this, like, there's, like, wow, and then, like, after a while, it's like, yeah, there's magic, here it is, here's some more of it, if that should make more sense. to my thought process. But then when I started to watch Star Wars, at least Star Wars: The Clone Wars, from what I heard is the best form of Star Wars that exists. Like there is no better representation of what Star Wars is besides the Clone Wars. Like you see like all aspects of Star Wars from the Clone Wars. And one thing that I also didn't like about Star Wars in the beginning was that it kind of uses good and evil. Oh, I thought it used good and evil too freely, and just kind of fucked with the audience. Like, ooh, bad guys, good guys. That's all you need to know. They're fighting. But no, it gets like really deep into it. Like fucking, it gets into like morality and decisions and idealism and existentialism and uh, individuality and what's more important, to be unified or to be free, or to be to be uh, to be defensive or to be submissive. And you could see governments with these ideals, these opposing radical ideals, oppose each other in a galactic setting. Like this isn't like a city or a town or even just one planet, it's a whole galaxy. And I could see like how worlds could be so different if they were just ruled by these ideals, and they're good ideals. Like the Sith aren't, I mean their methods are bad, but their idealism isn't bad. They want to be happy, they want revenge, at the same time they want justice, but their justice is closer to vengeance than the Jedi's justice being fairness. And I really like that. It's fucking amazing to watch, and I like seeing these incredible characters go against each other, and I like them talking to each other. Some of my favorite episodes in Clone Wars was when they were just talking. Like it's the politics, like with Padme. She would she, she would just be talking and like trying to get a political decision to occur or to stop a plot against like a society, instead of just like, oh, a battle. Like, cause war is interesting too. I like the war aspect of it. I like how the clone troopers die, and it's not always good guys always win. Like no matter what, it's just like life isn't fair. The Jedi lose a lot, and they both lose a lot because of how uncompromisable their ideals are. Yeah, I like seeing that the Jedi, the people who we are led to believe are the good guys, and that we're kind of from our point of view, we were raised in the Republic, like we were raised in the Jedi Order, and that's who we see like act. But then when we see what the other civilizations think of, the civilizations that aren't evil, that aren't necessarily pro-war, like like most of the Sith are, they're kind of, they don't like the Jedi. And when they started to say some shit about the Jedi, I thought I was gonna be like, oh dude, fuck off, bro. The Jedi right. Sith evil, it says in the name. Like, do you think Sith sounds like a good thing to call your organization? Like, I thought I was just gonna be like, yeah, of course the Sith are right. But then they started talking, and I'm like, oh fuck, maybe they aren't. Maybe them unifying the whole galaxy is the same thing as the Sith trying to rule the whole galaxy. It's the same thing. It's not the same thing, because the Sith want power and like control, and they want, I don't know, I'm not exactly sure what they want, but they want to get what they want. They don't care about like ideals or bigger pictures or anything like that. It's more like just like what they want in the moment, instead of like what they want for the world. And the Jedi are fighting for what they want for the world. And yeah, it's my thoughts not over yet. There's still like so much more I can talk about Star Wars, and it's helping me realize what it means to be efficient in my thought process. Like, I shouldn't, like, there is no good and evil way of thinking about everything. Like some things, like, it's not black and white. That's the problem that I had with the beginning of the Sith. Like, the beginning of Star Wars is that I thought it was just gonna be like just black and white. Like, yeah, Sith are bad. Yeah, I thought it was gonna be just like Sith are bad. Jedi are good. Root for the good guys, boo the bad guys. Just like simple shit like that. I thought it was gonna be like that the whole time, and I was getting interested when I was reading YouTubers talk about the comments, and you know, whatever else. I mean, talk about the comics, and then I started to notice that the characters are really deep and they're all conflicted, and there's no there's no right way to view the whole galaxy, even though they have like a lot of things going on. And there's no right way to see all of them. It's just too much to grasp, and you have to start little to help the bigger picture eventually. And there's another thing about Star Wars that is worth mentioning, is the Force. And I like how the Force... Oh, big dog? You wanna get fucking shanked right now, homie? Fuck you. No! Whatever, they're too fast. But, yeah, the Force is... I think I have an idea on what it is, even though obviously I'm not too into the lore, but I think I know what's going on. I think I know about what this universal being in a fictional story that I didn't write, nor do I fully watch, is. Give me your alcohol. What the fuck is that noise? That's a goddamn fucking whole ass elk. Don't look at me, you fuck. It's this guy. Even from afar, I can smell your putrid stench. Be glad I don't have an appetite for carcasses and meat. So I'm probably dead. The figure height. Okay, I'm not gonna read what he doesn't say. I know what you're after. I can help you reclaim what you lost if you help me attend to a certain matter. What do you say, comrade? I knew it would interest you. Before we can make a deal, you need to prove that you can do the job. I have no time for weaklings' meat. You follow? Show me what you're made of. Get through to the Silent Forest. You think it's so easy? If I were you, I'd prepare myself well before setting out. When you get there, you'll find me in this spot. Remember it. The likes of you always crawl back to me. Fuck off, hooker. But yeah, what I think the Force is that it's almost like a being. It's not like some sort of energy. It's like, it's kind of like a, I don't want to say organism either. It's like a presence, like a god. And the thing is that what I've been noticing about people when you ask them certain questions is that you could find out more about what they tell you without even asking. Like, if you ask somebody, hey, what are your views on war? And you could get like really interesting answers that give you like insight into what they think about violence and what they think about humanity and what they think about weaponry or conflict and necessary evil and stuff like that. Like if somebody asks me like, hey, do you fuck with the war? I'm like, yeah, I fuck with the war, dude. I mean, if I had to go to war, I'll be fucking going crazy. Like, I'll be really, really, really depressed. And I'm not even sure if I'd honestly make it. But I understand that there's something to fight for. You had to fight for it because if you don't, eventually you'll be gone. And that's scarier than war. Like, my life, the people I consider special to me, they could all be gone if somebody just decided to. Like Emily, she's my favorite person in the world. And if a government wanted to hurt her, they could just do it, because there's nothing to stop them from doing that. That's how awful it is. And it goes along with other things too, that the Force being something that's discussed between everybody makes it worth talking about, because it's not like something you could just look up a dictionary to and be like, oh yeah, that's what the Force is. Like, it's like talking about like what God really is, like what love is. Like, we still don't know what love is. Like, what's the key to happiness? What's the meaning of life? We still don't know anything about that. And whoever George Lucas, the guy who wrote Star Wars, was able to implement that worthy, thought-provoking life mystery by just implementing the Force. Like, I'm not sure if he even knows what it is, but the thing is that the more I think about the Force, the more I think about the people who use it. And the people who use it are the Sith, the opposing forces of the Jedi, or the Jedi's opposition, and then the Jedi, which you know, I just mentioned them before. So yeah, and then when I think about it and what they use the Force for, you could tell who they are. Like, if Force lightning, why would a Jedi need Force lightning? It's way too dangerous. It's uncontrollable. It's chaotic. It's evil. It's passion. It's rage. That's what lightning represents, being shooting out of your body, and you would only use it for those reasons. And the thing about that is that what the Jedi use it for isn't that cool either. It's usually not that great. It's mind control. Like, that's very evil. Like, you shouldn't mind control somebody. That's their will. That's their being. You shouldn't have to do it. If you're right, you should be able to convince them. What? I'm sorry, that light's freaking me out. Shit, that scared me. But you should be able to convince somebody why you're right instead of having to fight. But the Jedi, they don't have that convenience in like battles and stations and, you know, stuff like that, so they just mind control somebody, and then they use push and pull to like sort of implement the control over other things. And Seth do that too, but I think that's just having a will. Like, the Force is their will. Like, they use it to push or pull something, lift something. It's just their will imposed on a physical object, living or not. And there's no reason a Jedi would force choke somebody, but they have, or no, they haven't, but they can. And I think they wouldn't really be a good Jedi if they force choke somebody, but you get what I'm trying to say. Like, the Sith would force choke somebody. It's not an evil power, it's just a power. There's no good and bad side of the Force. It's just that the people who use it are so opposed that they never consider anything else besides that crazy fucking ideal. And shit. This is my house. And the Force is just the Force, and the Great Jedi is the Jedi I side with. I mean, they technically are Jedi, but yeah. Terminology aside, their ideals are correct. I agree with them the most because I feel like the Jedi could try to take over the universe, and the Sith trying to take over the universe. They're both wrong. They're just wrong for different reasons. The Sith are aggressive and selfish and tyrannical, and the Jedi are controlling in a way. They're also run by fucking Palpatine, but that's a whole nother thing. But like, yeah, the Jedi, they kind of decide for other civilizations against their will. I mean, so does the Sith, of course, so does the Empire. But when they do it, they sort of just make them be what they want to be. And peacekeeping, like the Jedi are peacekeepers, that's sort of what their motto is, or what their purpose is. And they're saying like, yeah, they would never. Oh shit! I thought I saw something. That they would never hurt somebody. Or they never control somebody and they want peace and they don't want battle. But the same thing is that I don't think the Sith like battle either. I mean, they probably like bloodshed and stuff and crazy like hatred acts and stuff like that, and they're probably racist and all this kind of stuff. But what they want is they just want what they want. And I don't think anybody would want war. Like, I don't think anybody would enjoy war. I mean, like, it's always a hassle, it's always a chance of dying, and maybe if that's what they want, then I don't know, but it's a fight for control and not fight for right or wrong. And watching Star Wars helps me see the world in different ways, and seeing the civilizations under these rules helps me see, like, I think I kind of might want to be a politician or something, like a leader in some way, because it's the only way I could put these thoughts to use. Because besides that, for me to have choices over somebody, like what's going to go on inside their world, I would have to be a parent. I wouldn't have to, geez, look at all these roots. I would have to, you know, I would have to really own them. And I think if I run for office, I might be able to help people more. But I'm also a kid, and I don't know how to handle even my own budget, so. I'm trying to think which one has a better chance of saving my life. But yeah, I like Star Wars a lot. I like seeing Jedi grow up, I like seeing the soldiers, the realism in the soldiers' lives, like they're clones, which is like you think like, oh, clones, lame, of course they're just soulless things, they're just as soulless as the droids that they're fighting. It was like, no, they're each individual people, and they can all become conflicted at any point and realize that the life is pointless, but they've been so well trained and so well domesticated, is that it makes them believe that what they're fighting for is right. But they're clones, they were fucking life brought on solely for the purpose of war. That's even more evil than droids. Like, every war should be fought with droids. There should be no people in war. Every war should be fought with just machinery, because there's no pain. It's just money being lost. And it's not like countries can't, whatever. You know what I mean. I'm getting exhausted and I don't want to go through a second ramble. But yeah, I really like doing this. This is part 1 of Darkwood Zero Death Force. Goodbye.